Mabuhay Philippines, Kolohe Kai here for our very first concert out here in Manila, and so happy to be jamming for the Insignia concert series. Yeah, so Kolohe Kai is basically a group that I started in high school. I got signed to a record label when I was like 16, 17, and they liked a lot of my original music, like Dream Girl and Ehu Girl and stuff. And so when I was a junior, I started recording an album, and then I brought my friends with me from high school to form a band, and we called it Kolohe Kai, and that was 15 years ago. I would describe the music that I create as like very positive reggae music that I try to uplift people. Songs that have this uplifting but energetic vibe. I always like to think about encapsulating the ocean and making sure when somebody listens to a song, they feel like they can breathe in the ocean and feel the vibes. The first instrument I ever learned was ukulele. That's our Hawaiian Portuguese instrument that has 4 strings that's so easy to carry around everywhere. And so yeah, that's where I pretty much learned the beginning of a lot of songs we'd cover. Just growing up in Hawaii, songs like Drop Baby Drop, which is one of our manager's songs that he's walking by right now. But yeah, that was like the first song I ever learned on ukulele. I've always been a fan of Boyz II Men, and when I got a chance to watch them live in Vegas, just their harmonies, their vocal arrangements, it's just powerful. And R&B music, if I like any other genre besides reggae, it's R&B. So getting to watch Boyz II Men was really powerful. Top 3, well, I mentioned Boyz II Men for sure. I would say next would be Catch a Fire, which is a reggae band out in New Zealand. And then Ekolu was a Hawaii reggae artist in Hawaii as well. So those are the top 3 growing up that were my heaviest influences. And then Uncle Fiji would be my 4th. I'm just gonna add that. Ooh, if I was to rank the albums, popularity-wise, the first album is like the one that's the most nostalgic for people, like, Cool Down and This Is the Life and stuff. So I would say people's favorite is the first album. But if you're talking to me and what I like to rank, I would say like Summer to Winter was probably the best album I ever put out, in my opinion. And then I would say Then would be the first album. And then the third one, it's gonna be the next one coming up pretty soon. So, but past, best, I would say Paradise. I would say the brand new single that I just dropped called Day by Day would be a song that I feel like I'm really, really like trying to live through, is not being anxious for the next day and taking it one day at a time. And I feel like that's been a problem for me for a long time, is I get anxious, and so I try to live my own words and remember like to not be hypocritical and tell people to live life a certain way, and I'm not listening. So that would be my song I'm trying to live by. There are many challenges for me in the music industry. One of the hardest challenges was balancing music and my personal life, because when you go out in public and everybody kind of knows your music and you're not able to kind of separate your personal life from your musical career, that would probably be the hardest thing in my entire career, is like knowing when I can turn it off, and running my business, my record label, writing the songs, and wearing all these different hats have been a struggle. There's been times when I lost my voice. That was probably one of the most depressing times in my career, because I literally couldn't talk, and I had to use like a voice app to like express what I needed to get done. And so that was probably the hardest time in my life, and a time that I didn't want to live. And so that came forth with a lot of other songs that I've written, like Round and Around, Day by Day, to how to kind of remind myself and others to push forward. I would say if I could, any artist in the world, one dead and one alive. Okay, Michael Jackson, if he were still alive. Bruno Mars, if I ever get a chance to. He's a local boy from Hawaii, which is really cool. And I would just love to do a reggae track with him one day. That would be amazing. I love surfing and I love golfing. Those are the two my favorite things to do when I'm not jamming or playing music. Yeah. Okay. I would say what helps me to balance my music life and my personal life is not thinking or doing anything music related after 5 p.m. in the day. Like that, like setting like limits for me, like to know like, okay, it's past 5, I can't think about my business. Because there's a lot of I have like 7 managers. Like I got like so much different teams that I try to coordinate with. And then I write every song pretty much and record in the studio. So it's like a lot of different work. But I love it, so I'm not complaining here. I love making songs like a chef in the kitchen, waiting to see your guys' expressions. So it means a lot to me to do music. But yeah, just balancing it means stopping at a certain time of the day. My go-to snack would be, which isn't good for my voice, but flaming hot Cheetos. My perfect show would be where the entire crowd is singing with every ounce of energy they have, knowing the words better than I do, because I forget my words all the time. So having them sing with their whole heart, having a halau that dances hula with the show, the lighting matching exactly synchronized, you know, with our LED screens and the music, the band killing it like usual, and it having a sick view that overlooks like what we live life for and what's around us in beautiful island life that we take for granted sometimes. My favorite Filipino food so far is gising gising. Kasing kasing gising. Gising gising is my favorite because it's like coconut milk with spicy green beans, which is crazy. I don't like green beans, but I like that. So that's my favorite. If I was a drink, I would be... Oh, Matt, that's a hard question. If I was a drink, I would probably be a boba drink because I have lots of layers and I don't know if I'm that refreshing. A shallow thing I can't live without, fantasy football. I'm obsessed with fantasy football. Yeah, I just love watching football, but fantasy, like the whole world of it, I love so much. So it's shallow, but it's deep. Trust me. This is our first time ever here in the Philippines, and for me to visit and see all of these places that everybody kept telling me about and eating, you know, off the street, and my family's from here. I'm 30% about Filipino, mostly Ilocano, and my grandma is Visayan. So my grandpa is Ilocano and my grandma is Visayan. And so I would say my favorite part of just being in the Philippines is the friendliness of people, and just seeing the natural like family vibes and people stay close to their roots and take care of their families. And so yeah, it's been such a wonderful time here. We've waited 15 years, like we know that the fans have waited. And I'm so sorry it took this long, but we're finally here. And so thanks for being so welcoming to us. To all of the Filipino fans across all islands, I just want to say that this is the first of hopefully many more shows that we will get to perform for you. We tried to come out to Cebu and Siargao and all these other places, but unfortunately this trip didn't happen. But with this new album that I'm dropping in a few months, we're hoping to set up a tour for our Philippines tour to support the album. I was about to say the name of the album, but I can't yet. But to all the fans that have been waiting so long, I just want to say, salamat po, thank you so much. And I cannot wait to hear your voices tonight for the first time to sing Ehu Girl and it's Cool Down. I think it's going to be a really special experience because all of our sold out shows we have on the West Coast is because of the Filipinos. And I'm serious, like there would be no career for me if it wasn't for you. So thank you, and I appreciate you, love you, and take care. Aloha. Mahal namin kayo.